And we're live. So, welcome to the Bearded podcast, episode 7. This is the one with, well, I say some of the UK Beard Portal guys. With us today, as usual, my co-host, Mr. Beard Tings himself, Andy Black.
What's up, guys?
We also have with us a regular, been on with us a couple of times. We have John from BigPhatBeard. We have a podcast virgin, well, the ex-bearded podcast virgin at the very least, Jason Morris from Beard Manners.
How you doing, guys?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the legend himself, Tony The Bearded Brit.
Evening, fellas and lasses, whoever's there.
How is everyone today?
Blinding, mate. Recovering from last night, but Hair of the Dog's going to sort me out for this, I think.
Yeah.
That is true. Talking about Hair of the Dog, what are we drinking today? John, what have you got?
Keep the light tonight, lads. Keep the light.
Oh, Coors Light. No Guinness?
No Guinness, but the mountains are blue. The mountains are blue.
There we go. Jason, what are you bringing to the table?
I'm going for Corona and lime, accompanied by the occasional shot of tequila.
Nice.
He's on the
one
tequila.
already ready. Cheers, everyone.
Hey.
He's starting already. Andy, what about yourself, mate?
I'm a bit of a disappointment, mate. I'm on the water.
Hey.
I haven't drunk for about a month and a half now. I'm being good. Haven't drunk, haven't smoked. Usually I'm here with a beer, puffing, chain smoking on these podcasts. So that's me. That's me cutting out.
Yeah, he's hit a healthy binge at the moment. Is our Mr. Beard Tings. So he's on the water. And Tony, what about yourself? What you won this week?
Peroni.
He's on the Peroni. He's got the posh beer, hasn't he? He's gone for the posh beer. It's is that the older, experienced guy in you who likes the posh stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
You're skint now, though.
Yeah.
Is it? So who have we got with us this week? So they're already in with us. We do have Scott Evans in here virtually every time we're here. We've got Aaron, who Jason is one of your one of your guys.
Here you go, Aaron.
There we go. He did say no whiskey, but yeah, there he is. He pulls it out. Got Nez in with us as well, and a few others be popping along as per usual. So introduction. Obviously, Jason, you're a virgin onto the podcast scene. First one you've done with us. Relatively new into the small batch industry, if you don't mind me saying. I say relatively new. You've been around a little while. Talk us about Beard Manners. Where did you start, and where are you going?
Yeah, so you're right. I think we are quite new, really. I started trying to form Beard Manners at the very start of the year. They'd been planning with it towards the end of the year, but I hadn't done anything with it. And then we launched our shop and started taking orders in early March. So not long at all. But I've got to be honest. It's something I've been toying with for a while. A lot of people know that I won't put this on here, but my wife had quite a difficult year last year, and I already run another business as well. And I wanted something that I could get my mind and my heart and my soul into. And I'd been looking at new businesses or trying to grow the one I already had. And this just seemed like the logical thing. I've had a beard for a long time. I was once upon a time an ambassador for those that should not be spoken, as a lot of us were.
Name them. Scared, you're scared.
I don't want to promote
Beard struggle, yeah? That's who it was, wasn't it? Come on. Them fucking cowboys.
Yeah, the cooking oil selection. I'm very passionate about the whole beard thing. For me, I've found having a beard is to be quite a life-changing experience. It's helped me to find who I am, helped me to find a fashion, so to speak, and I love being a part of the beard community. That's the biggest thing for me. Is I just think the community is absolutely fantastic. I know everyone on this chat is very active in the beard community, and to me, it was a bit of a no-brainer. That's kind of why it started, really. In a long story short. And then as for where we're going, well, that depends on customers and myself and everything else. But I personally think we've got off to a reasonably good start. Had a lot of help from a lot of you guys as well along the way, and the UK Beard Portal in particular. But yeah, I'm hoping it will go on to good things. It's the first year, so I'm not going to run away myself yet. But the most important thing for me is I'm really enjoying it. People that purchase from me, you mentioned Aaron. Aaron will vouch for this. Aaron's been with me. He's been purchasing from me since pretty much day one. I love to be active with the customers. I love to interact at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I'm on my phone. I'm always getting on it. And that's what it's about for me. I absolutely love being in this community. It's not like a job. I just thoroughly enjoy it.
If we're going to dabble back onto those who shall not be named, just quickly.
The beard struggle.
Yeah. Wasn't it? Isn't it true, Jason? You were supposed to be one of their one of the proper big brand ambassadors, like Thor and one of the big boys.
No, it wasn't quite like that, to be honest. But no, I think when I became an ambassador, it was before it got to the thousands. It was in the late hundreds, and it was at that stage where you knew they were a big company. I'd used them for a couple of months, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't find them terrible. I was quite naive to beard products at the time. And yeah, I got an email come through about this ambassador thing, felt pretty special about it, looked into it, thought I'd give it a go. It happened just before lockdown started, so it was kind of like January that year. And I'm not going to lie, you had the opportunity of a discount. I was never worried about the commission side of it. It was more a case of I loved the scents that they had, and to this day, I still think their scents are pretty decent. And yeah, I could get a discount code on everything by being an ambassador. And then when the lockdown hit, my business shut down for a couple of months for the first period, and I thought, look, why not? I'm not doing anything else. Let's give it a go. And yeah, as I gave it a go was when I started researching it and looking into it. And I think by the time it got to about 2,500 ambassadors, I thought, no, that's enough. I'm kind of out.
Not
and then last time, some of you guys I think are in there a bit longer. I don't know, but as far as I was aware, I believe they got up to 5 figures in the end. I think every customer, and even me, I'd get people to try it, and they would say, "Oh, we've ordered, we've used your code, blah blah blah." They just sent me an email asking if I want to be an ambassador. So I'm like, okay, brilliant. So I think, yeah, that wasn't. You're not an ambassador at Beard Struggle. You're getting kind of tricked into just purchasing from them, getting your friends to purchase from them, and that's it. Genius marketing from their point of view, and it shot them into the skies. But yeah,
pyramid scheme.
Yeah, exactly. And I think my first summer away using Beard Struggle was my stag do, and I figured out that it wasn't that great. My beard came back sounding and feeling like dead straw. But again, when you're putting cooking oil in your beard, what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's dabble onto John. I want to jump across to you. You've been trialing a few bits and pieces at the moment, haven't you? I've seen posts about your ugly duckling. I've seen posts about the different scents which you're playing around with at the moment. We lost Tony. We'll grab him back in a minute. Don't worry. But yeah, talk to me, John. What's in the pipeline? What are you working on?
So obviously the ugly duckling. That was I gave a few samples out. Well, I have a couple of samples sitting here. I've given a few out already so far, with a few more to go out. And the feedback I've had so far has been incredible. And I was basically just I was waiting for my Lunar Palace beard butter to set before whipping it, and just thought I would have a crack at another one. And the way it turned out was amazing. Thankfully, I wrote the recipe down, Well, it's a wee bit different. The name Ugly Duckling actually came from Scott himself, Scott Evans. He was the kind of one who named it in a story. So I just kind of ran with it because it, like, to be fair, it looks like shit whenever you open the tub. But anybody who's put it on have been pleasantly surprised by the texture of it, the hold, and how it makes the beard feel. So it's a dark horse, to be fair, and you guys will understand whenever you use it for the first time. As well, as you know, I never really looked past essential oils. That was my ethos and stuff, and I've been dabbling with fragrance oils at the minute. I've probably tested about 15 different blends and binned 14 of them. I've kind of kept one, but I got some feedback the other day from some of my ambassadors who said that they couldn't really smell it, and it kind of shocked me a wee bit because whenever I'm getting it all day and getting it the next morning too. And even when I'm cutting hair and doing something with my beard clients in the barber shop, I'm asking them will they test it for me, and I'm putting it on their beard and getting feedback from them, and they're getting it the next morning as well. So I'm kind of getting mixed feedback with the fragrance oils at the minute. It's definitely something I'm going to explore, and there's going to be a lot of new products coming out. So I'm looking at another 5 butters, and I'm going to be looking at another 5 oils at the very least here by the end of the year. So it's all go. I also have plans to bring back the BigPhatBeard black soap, but it's going to be a different recipe again around because I'm looking at making it easier to make instead of the lengthy process of 24 hours of it setting and stuff. So I wanted to be a lot quicker, you know. And I know whenever I brought it the first time, it was a massive hit, and the amount of requests I've had for it to come back, it's happening. It's coming back. It was one of the best sellers I ever done. BigPhatBeard black soap is coming back, and I'm also looking at a Tice wax, but it's not too high on my priority list as of yet. But it's in the pipeline. So we're dabbling in fragrance oils. This is the biggest thing at the minute.
So what's the sort of time frame you're looking at then for the new butters, or are you just playing along with it and just seeing how it goes?
Well, the only dubbing will be first. It's going to be fragrance oil based in terms of scent, just to get that longevity, because I'm looking 12 hours from it, scent profile at least, because it's designed to be an all day butter, you know. Put it on in the morning and last you until you're going to bed that evening. In terms of time frame, I just need to make another couple of batches and test them in terms of scent profile to see what I want to go for, because I'm not too sure what way the fragrances are going to sit with the ingredients in it.
Yeah.
Ingredients are quite thick and heavy, and I need to make sure they're going to carry through and not get lost. One of the ingredients in it kind of has a strong natural aroma to it, so it needs to overpower that in itself, you know, before I can release it. So another couple of weeks testing on it, and then I was talking with Natalie Balmy, and their turnaround time on CPSR to minutes between 2 and 3 weeks. So all being well, my testing goes well, there'll just be a waiting game on theirs. In terms of the other 5 butters, I haven't started them yet, so it's a wee bit longer. Oils I'm testing away, so as soon as I nail them, they'll be put through CPSR, but we're getting there. So we will have a lot of new products by the end of December at the very latest.
Cool. You know what, Tony, I'm going to have to call you out, mate, straight up. In order to comment, Tony's texting me going, how the fuck do I comment?
Seriously.
The boom is kicking in. The boom is kicking in. Go to the right, go to the comment section. You should scroll down.
It actually doesn't let you.
Isn't it?
No, you have to do it on your phone.
Oh, no, you've got to do it. You've got to do it on a separate phone or something like that, haven't you?
Yeah.
There we go.
For the love of fucking God.
Something like that.
Right, so I've got to go on here and then do it on my phone, yeah?
Yeah.
That's sake.
Or you can jump into go one better. You can go onto Instagram Live, and I'm actually just streaming the Instagram Live.
Oh, yes.
Have you got a phone, John?
Nice.
Have you got a phone, John?
Yeah.
He sat there on his fucking Nokia trying to figure out how to play Snake.
He can't even fucking play snakes on it. It is what it is. There we go.
Yeah.
Jason, is this one to do with you?
What's that? Sorry.
We have. Let me show that one. Oh, not that one. Well, that's just fucking Tony.
Yeah, that's my sister. Well, one of my sisters. That's the elder of my 2 younger sisters. Hi, Nina.
Yo.
There we go. A very big X-Bearded podcast. Welcome to you. It's first episode she's joined in, I believe. So just wanted to come see. Was it Big Brother, Little Brother?
Yeah, I'm Big Brother. Age and size. The rest of my family is tiny. Honestly, if you saw my mum and sisters, I think they're all like 5'1" push, apart from my youngest sister who's a bit taller, but they're all absolutely tiny. And then you've got me. No offense, Mum, but I think I'm the milkman's. I'm by far the biggest person in my whole family. So,
Andy, you have a bit of competition tonight, then.
Yeah.
So, Tony, I'm gonna have to ask you, what the fuck is going on with your Instagram?
No idea, mate. Someone's fucking taking it over. I have no idea what's going on there, mate.
Come on. You've got to give us someone's have a hint. What's going on? I've got Tony.
Someone's hacked me, mate. That's what it is. Someone's hacked us.
What's the Instagram you send?
Come on.
What's that?
Give us a little something. What's coming up? Is there anything you can give us?
Nothing I can give you right now.
Oh, fuck off.
It's all top secret, mate. It's
fuck off.
Give us a time frame at least. Are we waiting a week? Are we waiting a month? 2 months? I
can't rightly say, mate. It's all under wraps at the moment as to what's going on. I can't give you any info. Listen, all I'm doing is I'm just refreshing a few things. I'm just changing a couple of bits and pieces and just making it a bit better. That's
I do what? Go on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Stop fucking about.
Listen, Mr. Big Fat Beard, right? I'll fucking call you when I'm ready, all right? You'll know soon enough. I'm getting a new logo, and then there's more to it than that as well. There's loads more happening. The website's changing. Everything's being updated, refreshed, the whole thing, mate. So, yeah. And that's about it. It'll happen when it happens.
What's prompted this then? Have you just felt a little bit stale? Is there a change? Was there something which for you just like, you know what, I just fancy doing something else? What's prompted it? I
think I just got a bit bored writing the same old shit about the same old things. And it's just, it smells like fucking lavender. Yay! Do you know what I mean?
You just hate lavender.
I hate lavender, mate.
Fuck off.
I'll tell you, man. Lavender's for grannies, and that's it, man. You know what I mean? The granny fucking scent. End of.
Hang on. I'll call it your butter review then. It must be a fake review then.
But no, I just got bored with what I was doing, and so I wanted to freshen it up, liven it up, change it a bit, make it a bit more interesting for people and for myself, to be honest.
So, Andy, you've been sitting there very, very quietly.
Yeah.
You've kind of lost a beard. You're looking like you're going to be matching Jason size-wise very soon. What's going on with you?
I want to know who has a bigger head.
We talk about this one, or
yeah?
John, you should know, mate.
Yeah, well, no, it's a stupid question, isn't it? That's why you're not wearing a hat tonight.
No, nothing much has been going on. I've been on a long training course. I'm 21 weeks in now. Got one more week left, and that's me done. So I have had big things on a bit of a back burner for the last 21 weeks. It's been full on. But yeah, as of the week after next, that's me fully back on it. And I've got a few ideas for new products. Obviously, I've spoke about CBD butters before. I'm going to be bringing them out. It's probably going to be next year, but I'm definitely going to do it. It's been something I was working on a lot before, and I've kind of let it go now because I've been training away. I've only really been coming back home once every 2 to 3 weeks, so I haven't had time to start playing about and cooking really. But as of next week, I'm actually moving down to Carlisle. I'll be there permanently, so I've got a place there. I've got a big kitchen. I can sort everything out there. Apart from that, yeah, nothing much. Just been off the booze, being healthy, down the gym. And that's literally it. I've had a bit of a boring life, really.
It is. So something which obviously I wanted to talk about as well. something which me and Tony are going to the Beard On competition. Coming up on the 30th of October. So me and Tony are going to be going. We're sort of entering, and we're going to be meeting up with Damo for show. Andy, are you sponsoring or potentially sponsoring sort of?
Yeah, I'm sponsoring the mustache section. Even though I don't have a mustache wax, I'm still sponsoring the mustache section. My balm's almost a wax anyway. It's that thick. So I'm sponsoring.
That's the one I'm actually entering.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice. Yes, I'm sponsoring that. So you might win yourself a bit of kit. But yeah, I'm trying to make it down. I'm working, but I'm trying to get it off. So hopefully I can get down there, get a stall set up. If not, I think you guys are going to get roped into man in the stall for me, maybe.
When is that, Dan?
30th of October.
Yeah.
30th of October.
Yeah, 30th of October. Beard On.
Down in Derby, isn't it?
Yes, down in Derby.
Yeah.
And once again, it's another charity event, so obviously anything which sort of goes forward is going to be going towards charity. So it's another fantastic event. And do you know what? For me, it's nice to be able to go and meet up with new people, because obviously us guys here and a lot of people, we're very much Instagram based. Obviously, we all talk through Instagram and maybe a little bit out on Facebook, but it'd be really nice to be able to go to one of these competitions, meet up with new people, meet up with people outside of our initial area, sort of where we liaise with, and just get involved in a whole new community, which maybe we're not used to. I mean, I've never been to a beard competition before, so it's going to be a fantastic experience to be able to turn up and obviously probably lose, but it's all about turning up and just having a bit of fun. And then, most importantly, going out on the piss in the evening. So
I might try and make that one over myself,
Honestly, mate, jump across if you can. It'd be really, really good. Like I said, I think there's quite a few people from the Instagram community who are going. It would be really, really good to just get across. So let's have a quick look back on our comments. Who else have we got turned up today? So we do have John Firebeard himself. John, welcome. John, I believe he had COVID or something, didn't he? Just getting his sense of smell back. Oh, yes, he did. So John turned around and said, just getting his sense of smell back slowly. Oh, that's not very good when you're a reviewer and you can't fucking smell. Doesn't really work. So hopefully, John, when your smell does come back, get yourself back and reviewing, get some more reviews up on the UK Beard Portal, because John is one of our reviewers on the UK Beard Portal. So that'd be really, really good to get back up on there as well. Because it's a shame, because I think he'd only done sort of 3 reviews, and then obviously come down with COVID, lost his sense of smell, and gone from there. We do have a request, which is probably going to be on the OnlyFans section. So it's going to be Jason versus Docs in a hot tub battle. I'm going for it. It's
you're a sick man, Aaron. Sick man.
So we'll start charging OnlyFans money for that. It's completely fun. All I'm going to say is mine's. It's quite rare I'm going to be able to say this against Jason, but maybe mine's bigger than yours. But yeah, is from there. I'll tell you what. Also, do you know what? One thing which we haven't done, and it's completely my fault for some reason. Let's jump on to our shout outs. So, for me, I've actually got 2 shout outs which I'm going to do today. So, my first shout out is to my lovely wife, who I married on Monday after being delayed.
Oh,
congratulations, man.
She's upstairs, hiding away as she does. And my second shout out is going to go to Martin Sproul from the Beard Rebellion. And I'll tell you why. It's because he sent me across a lovely, that way, Scotland patch. And what's really, really nice about this is the white actually glows in the dark. So it's really, really, it's a lovely, cool patch. So send that across to me. And so they are my shout outs. Andy, is there anyone which you'd like to shout out this week?
Yeah, I've got a shout out, but unfortunately it's a negative shout out. I'm just so disappointed in Tyrone fucking Woodley letting down the MMA community and losing against Jake fucking Paul. I'm sorry, but that had to be fixed. He cracked him with a good one. He just chased him around the whole time. He ran away. He didn't have any killer instinct. I'm just so pissed off. Honestly, I woke up, watched that. I've been in a bad mood since. I just feel like he's let down the MMA community. So yeah, my shout out goes to Tyrone Woodley. I think he needs to shave his beard off now. I don't think he's worthy of that beard. Get rid of it.
Cheers to that.
He's not one of us.
No, he's not worthy.
TBS. He buys me TBS.
He must do. He must do. That's what's happened.
Isn't
John,
Jake Paul a YouTuber, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the UFC welterweight champion, 5-time champion, lost to a guy he's a YouTuber and used to be on the Disney Channel.
Fucking disgrace.
What's going on there?
He needs to go back to TBS, mate. That's where he needs to go.
John, what about yourself? Have you got any shout outs this week, mate?
Yeah, I've got two. First one's going to go out to the wee man. He's actually upstairs on a smart TV watching the podcast now, so try and keep it PC. Hello, Ollie Martin, just to say hello, wee man. He's watching all of us, so yeah. Second one, that's quite an important one. I've been on a different sort of journey at the minute, as you all know, of went flipping balls deep into the barber at the minute, and I've been given a platform by a local barbershop and being trained, coached, mentored by a guy called Jay. Jay's a very, very successful barber and very, very well known in Northern Ireland. And I just wanted to give him a shout out as well. If you all can, jump over to his Instagram page and his Facebook and give it a follow. The guy has been instrumental for me in the past couple of months in regards to learning my trade, progressing personally and professionally. So my shout out for tonight is Jay and Jay's Barber Club in Belfast.
Nice.
Lovely. Jason, what about yourself? Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I've got to do this one really because this is my first ever podcast. I'll never get a chance to do this again. So my first shout out's got to be to my wife and kids because, you know, without them, I wouldn't be doing this. Especially my wife, she kind of lets me just make whatever decisions I'm doing and gets on with it. And the only offer of advice she ever gives is good. So she puts up with a lot of shit from me, bless her, Cammy. But yeah, she's my rock. I wouldn't have to do any of this without my wife and kids. And I'll mention my kids' names as well because I think they might be watching this. So Mia and Landy, if you are watching this, thank you for supporting Daddy. You guys do a great job. And then my other shout out is going to be, I mean, I could shout out to loads of people, but I'm going to give it to Aaron Wharton. He's on here tonight. I mentioned that he was one of my first purchasers. He's been with me since day one. He has just never stopped promoting, supporting, offering advice. You know, I think he sees it. I've given him a lot of advice, but he's also been a big help for me as well. So, you know, he's also on the cards to be an ambassador for us as well. So, yeah, big shout out to you, Aaron. I know you're watching this, mate. Everything you do is very much noticed. And even these guys notice it as well. So, yeah, big shout out to you, man. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you for all the support and thank you for being a really valued customer, mate, and a friend. And
Tony, let's jump on to you, mate. Is there anyone you want to give a special shout out to today?
Well, seeing as I've been dead for a while now, the Undertakers have done a great job. I'd like to shout out to them. But I think there's a beard company out there for me that's really kind of got me excited again about beard products, and that's Brennan Beard Co. So if they're watching tonight, well done, guys. I think they've got some really good products, and they've got loads more coming out soon. So, yeah, I think they're doing really well. But, I mean, I could shout out to all you guys, John, Jason, Andy. Certain other ones I won't shout out, but, you know, there's... yeah, and
Jason, Andy, not Dan, he's a prick.
I just said it because I felt sorry for him, like, but you know, it's, but no, I think you've all worked really fucking hard, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? You've all got other jobs to do. but you're making these products for other people and to give people back something that's as good quality as what you guys are making is fucking amazing. So well done.
Thanks, Tony.
Remember, if you lot in the comment section who are watching live, you do have any questions which you want to give to John, Jason, Tony, Andy, or even myself, so make sure you drop us a message in the comments and we'll fire back. It's exactly why we're here, to sort of answer them questions, turn around, give you the answers, and also go from there. One thing I will say though, Expedient Podcast, after the watershed, supposed to be a little bit say what we want, and I've got little kids jumping on, watching.
Say it.
It's what happens when you actually have to be a parent, isn't it? Sort of sometimes.
If you're talking about my kids, honestly, don't worry. If you know me, I wouldn't worry. Whatever could happen here, they've seen worse. My wife will probably vouch for that.
Well,
yeah, don't worry about that.
I've seen your some of your profile pictures where you've been walking through airports with tutu dresses on and stuff like that. So no doubt.
Yeah, we party a lot in our house. We've got quite a social house. We've always got people around, and yeah, my kids are definitely used to stuff. I really wouldn't worry. I think my youngest is probably asleep. My eldest is pretty much a teenager now anyway, so God knows whatever we're doing on here is probably quite tame for her.
Lovely. John, you might as well say it yourself, mate. As he's just decided to put a code up there. Go for it, John. Explain what it is.
Yeah, buy one, get one free on all products across the BigPhatBeard website right now until the end of this podcast, lad. Use code XBearded at the checkout.
Woo! There we go. See, I love John. He does it all the time. Whenever he pops on, he always has to throw a little discount code on. We've done the Lunar Solace was released live on air when we done the battle between the ambassador battles. Yeah. John decided to throw quite a few discount codes live then. And John's notorious for us.
Mate, see that night we launched that Lunar Solace. See the next day, you want to see my kitchen? You couldn't fucking see anything. There was just stuff everywhere for me prepping and trying to batch make everything. It was ridiculous.
To be fair, that was I remember we were sitting there and John's phone was literally just pinging. It
was mental.
It was a good one. So yeah, we've had quite a few. So I'm just gonna jump off my Instagram live, because I have been doing Instagram live just to show people that we are online as well. But yes, obviously we are on YouTube, Dr. Bearded Reviews. We're on Spotify as well. Make sure you go and have a look on the X-Bearded podcast, because actually we've got all of our old stuff on there as well. So talking about the old ones, so obviously, as I said, we've had ones from we've had the ones where it's Beard Things versus Big Fat. We've had ones where John launched these some feast stuff. We've had loads of stuff. We've had Annette from Face Fur on, which was she's a character, to say the least. She's a fierce Scouse bird, which is really great to see. So in such a community, but yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, remember, if you have any questions, make sure you drop them on and go from there. So, Andy, you saying obviously you've been doing your training, you've been away.
Yeah.
You've got about a couple of weeks left before you're done.
Yeah, 1 week. Next week, my last week. Thank fuck.
So, I'm saying, Beard Things has gone extremely quiet. There's been no memes. There's been no nothing. I think John has beaten you in the meme wars, because you cowered into a corner.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the only way he can beat me, is when I'm completely inactive. You know what I mean? No, the memes will be coming back with a vengeance. I do miss it. I get a bit of inspiration for memes when I see stuff at the moment. But this is the first time I've been in I'm actually doing a postgrad diploma with my course. So it's the first time back in an education setting for 16 years. I forgot how to study. I forgot how to revise. I forgot how to take notes. It's just really weird. And it's honestly taken up a lot of my time. I'm more of a hands-on, practical kind of guy rather than a sit in a class and learn guy. So it's been quite challenging. It's gone well though. I've done really good, but I'm just happy to get out there and finish it and just crack on with this, because this is my real passion. And I mean, we all started it together, obviously, when we were in the TBS ambassadorship, and then came out of that, started working on beard teams, and I absolutely loved it. I'd always wanted my own business, and just kind of ran away with it. But then I think going into another job, I was fine. I started working as well. Because obviously I lost my job at the start of lockdown. Started working with it, and I could still keep it up. But with this, what I'm doing at the moment, it's like a full-time degree and a job. But as of the end of next week, I'll be back to normal though. So thank God.
Yeah, I mean, it's unusual, I said, for you to see you as a brand, because obviously you've always been very, very active beforehand with the memes and doing just general shithousery. You're a dickhead in the nicest way. You're a dickhead in the community because you
exactly.
Like, you're there, you're taking the piss out of everyone, and you're just there to literally, as I said, for the bands, just there for a bit of a laugh. And it's been sort of recently, the community has been sort of quiet as a whole. So I've been finding Instagram itself has died down slightly, and it's nice to be able to get back online. And obviously, it's been a little while since we've actually had a podcast.
No, it has been, yeah.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why, obviously, we had the Euros. So I know Jason was getting absolutely mad, and he was drunk most of the time, so he could never make one. And yeah,
just normal anyway.
Yeah, just normal anyway. So we obviously just waited till after the Euros, finally getting there. We were supposed to have Callum with us tonight from the Bald Viking. However, he's extremely sleep deprived after his little boy has been up throughout most of the night. I believe little boy's called Loki, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So obviously not with us today, just because he needs to be able to get some well-earned sleep. New daddy coming through. But yeah, Instagram community, what's going on? I tell you what, I'm going to throw this one across to Tony. Tony, what do you think's been going on? Why is everything dying at the moment?
People are back to work, mate. Lockdown has ended. People are back in their jobs. There's less time for them to post things and talk on there. So I think generally there's a lot of that going on as well. Obviously the Euros has been on, but I think for me mostly it's getting back into that work routine again, and you're working different shifts, some people, and there's family things to do as well. I think people have realised that actually they've got a family now. They've come out of lockdown. They're like, fuck me, I've got a kid. Jesus Christ, what's going on? So there's that as well. I think there's a lot of things.
So I mean, as obviously content creators for me and Tony, but obviously beard brands, do you find it's almost our responsibility, especially as UK Beard Portal community members as well, to try and go, right, how do we step this up again? Because obviously, Tony, you're going through your rebranding, whatever you're going to be doing. So I know you've got some interesting stuff, even though Tony won't even tell me behind the scenes what's going on. And it's actually pissing me off. So I know Tony's going through his rebrand. I've got a few things in the pipeline. Should us as brand owners and content creators figure out a way how to pull everything back together again? Or do we leave the community and go, no, you know what, let's just let people settle back down again? John, what about you? What's your... Is there something you can do?
I think Tony kind of nailed it. Obviously, what we went through the past, what was it, year, 2 years, it was totally unnatural for me. It was worldwide, wasn't it? So all of a sudden, everyone found themselves with 40 to 50 hours extra per week to do nothing, basically. So everyone was online, weren't they? Majority of guys grew beards, stayed in the house, started buying beard care products, and then all of a sudden, like a light switch, everyone's back to work, everyone's back to normality. And it's even kind of showed with a couple of beard brands sort of falling off and falling away. There's been over the past couple of months. There's been a few who folded, a few who sold up, a few who are just aren't active, just due to maybe other commitments, or they can't hack running like a business along with a full-time job plus family life, which is very, very, very challenging and totally understanding. In terms of getting the engagement, you gotta just keep plugging. You gotta be there. You gotta be consistent. You gotta turn up. You gotta do a good job, and you just gotta keep pushing forward. In terms of something different, I think you gotta. It got to the stage where each beer brand was sort of competing with each other in terms of how many carrier oils are getting in a beard oil, how many different essential oils or fragrance oils that are getting in an oil too. I think there kind of needs to be a total switch, and somebody somewhere has to come up with something to blow everyone out of the water and kind of go, fuck me, look at that. Why didn't I think of that? And I'm sure it will turn up at some stage. But I think it's going to take something special to get back to that buzz that we had over lockdown, because it's very, 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 very hard to replicate what we had a year ago.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. Unless we're doing something special, guys. Like a post a day, a couple of stories a day isn't enough to get that buzz going again, That's where I'm at with it. So I'm kind of going a different route, incorporating the barber and the beard trims, and my clientele's growing, and it's growing well. Trying to bring out new products, trying to stay fresh, and looking at sort of expanding into hair products and all too as well. The complement the barber side of things, and that's where I'm trying to bring it in. It'll also widen my scope. In terms of the bearded community, it's died quite a lot compared to what we had between 6 months and a year ago. 100% agree, Dan. Definitely.
I think we've got some good opportunities now, though. I think with all the beard competitions and everything opening back up, and I think it'll be great, because I mean, I've never met anyone that I've done this with. Like, how long, Docs? How long me and you been doing all this now? A year and a half?
Something like that, yeah.
I haven't met anyone.
It's getting a lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's mad. We haven't met anyone, and it's. I like how it's really active at the start. Everyone on Instagram, and it has died off a bit now. Everyone has jobs, but I think it's a good opportunity there. I think getting out to these kind of beard competitions and stuff, and I mean, I want to get out to things like motorbike conventions, tattoo conventions, and stuff like that. Set up stalls and stuff. I think there's a good opportunity for growth as well now that everything's back open. So I think it's a blend of getting that engagement and that content back up, but then also you've got a great opportunity now to get out there and do that, that kind of old school marketing, getting out on the beat and speaking to people.
Yeah. We've got
You'll literally be on the beat as well, won't you?
Hey.
We've got a couple of questions coming in. I was going to throw this one to Tony. He disappeared on quick, actually. So any advice for Graham? Jason, I'm not going to give this to you just because he is your ambassador. So I tell you what, we're going to give this one. We're going to give this to Andy just because he's got the shortest beard, and I think it's going to be quite ironic. I classify more advice now.
You know what? It's about. I think it's about an inch. It's about an inch, I guess, or just under an inch.
What about your beard?
Yeah, I cut it all off, and I keep saying I'm going to grow. I keep saying I'm going to grow it back, and then it starts growing back, and I go for a haircut, and I ask the guy, just tidy it up, and he just trims it all off. So I'm going to go back to cutting it myself. So I think that's one of my bits of advice, is cut it yourself, trim it yourself, because every time you go to a barber's, you tell them just tidy it up. Just tidy it up a little bit. I don't want any length off it. And they just start hacking into it. You're like, what are you doing? So one bit of advice is do it yourself. Unless you go into John's Barbers, of course, got a plug. Patience, really.
I have
there's
one for you.
There's no, I wouldn't say there's any. I mean, there's so many products. Oh, you can get that TBS launched a new fucking thing, haven't they? It looks like a disco in a bottle. I can't really do it. But Yeah, there's like minoxidil, biotin, all this stuff. Don't bother. Just have some patience. That's it, yeah.
If
Don't really know what other advice you can do apart from let it grow. The main thing I do, I think the hardest thing about growing is your face can start looking round. It will grow out here and here. It's just always keep it nice and controlled on the sides and keep that length going here. Because as soon as it starts to kind of come out here too long, you don't keep that trim. It looks a bit crap. You get disheartened, and then you'll kind of trim it off. So I just say keep it long here, keep it tidy here.
general rule of thumb, Aaron, if you're trimming it yourself, grow 1 inch, trim half an inch. Basically, if you're just leaving your beard and it's splitting at the end and you're getting your dead ends, you're going to very, very quickly get to your terminal length and not going to get any more on that. So take half an inch off. That'll take off the end of the dead hairs or split ends to the healthy parts, and they'll continue to grow, and you'll see a huge acceleration in it. So grow 1 inch, trim half an inch, bro, and within 6 months you'll see a massive difference.
Beard head only, not for your knob.
Well, I'm trying to grow at the moment. I'm eating about 4,000 calories a day and just smashing the gym. So get on the creatine. That definitely works. I've bloated out big time. Yeah, get some creatine. Rub it in your beard.
Finasteride.
Come on, Tony Weiss here. Give us one bit of advice. Any advice for Graham? So you've had the two guys already. Give me something else. Is there a certain oil which we think we should be using? Is there a beard product, or just what advice is it? Just let it fucking go. What is it?
Scott's given the best advice on there, mate. Fucking derma rollers. Just get it in there, mate. Fucking roll your face with this shit, man. It'll do it for you. It's great.
I'm just waiting for a bald joke, but I'm not going to do it because it's too obvious.
So there we go. We got Tony. You know what? And something exciting has happened within the beard community recently, and Scott obviously brought this up. What's people's opinion on Odin's buying Arthur J. Hawke? You know what? That's something which it's obviously, Andy, you dealt with sort of Darren from Odin's for a little while, and yeah, it's something I didn't see it coming. But yeah, what's Andy? What's your opinion on it? Because obviously
I think it makes sense for him. I mean, I've spoken to Darren for a good year and a half now, and he's been looking at bringing out starting another company himself that has nothing to do with the Viking thing. He's wanted something that he can just kind of push out to everyone rather than people just want to wield axes on the weekends. So he's been wanting to do that, but then obviously there's a lot of stuff involved in starting up and building a new brand from new. So it kind of makes sense what he's doing. I mean, he ran a few ideas by me a while back of like kind of branding and the way he wants it to look, and it kind of was a bit Arthur J. Hawke himself. So I think it's good for him because obviously he's got a shit ton of data because he does well. He sells a lot. Most of his sales go through Facebook, I believe. He's got like a massive following on there. So if he can take another brand like that that's already established, that he can. I think Odin's products are a lot better than Arthur J. Hawke's. So if he can take their products and their scents and then just kind of make the actual blends a lot better, I think he'll do really well. Because I think Arthur J. Hawke, I think one of their main issues that I've seen is their issues in like the consistency of the butter or the consistency of the balm. It hasn't been good. The scents have been decent. So I think it's a smart move, to be honest. It's going to make sense.
Yeah, because it's something which John, I think me and you spoke about a while ago. About, was it Blackbird or Black Box Beard Company? Black Box, because obviously they was looking at selling and changing owners at the time. And me and John was having this conversation, and it was, would you be interested? And it was very much a case of, well, no, you know what? Let's not, because it's not your product, it's someone else's. And I mean, obviously, if the company's doing well, then great. But if the company's not doing well, then you've got the CPSR for products which aren't great. And it's kind of like, well, do you really need to take that on board? And that's why for me, I'm looking at it and turning around and going, well, obviously, if there were issues with Arthur J. Hawke, with consistencies and other bits and pieces, is that a great idea to bring them on board and go from there? But I don't know, time will tell. I think it's going to be one of them things. Time will tell. I mean, Jason, would you? Obviously, you're still quite young, but would you ever consider taking over another brand and their CPSRs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I can kind of see why Odin's have done it. I don't know much about him, to be honest, but he's been going a while, and I think he's probably got the experience to manage this. Personally, I wouldn't know. I mean, I saw Odin's post, and I know he's planning on changing things. From what I've gathered, I think they are the better brand, the better product. And in his status, he has put that they're going to be changing things and making that stock catch up. If he's got the time to do it, you know, he's obviously doing well, then yeah, he obviously knows what he's doing with it. But yeah, personally, I wouldn't. I'd rather stick with what I've got and what I know. Yeah. But then again, it's not saying I'm right. That's just my opinion. That's what I'd stick with what I know personally.
Yeah, John, what about you?
I think I would speak to Darren occasionally and get on quite well with him. I think it's very, very progressive of him to go ahead, move into new premises, and actually buy another company. Maybe not for the fact of taking on their products. I've never tried the Arthur J. Hawke, and I've never really heard any reports about them. I don't follow them. I've never engaged with the guys. I suppose Darren could look at it, if he's going to take them on, then happy days. But at the end of the day, he's just eliminated another company, another competition that's going to go against Odin's. So it is quite progressive that way. He doesn't have to push their products. He's just simply eliminated them from the market if he wants, because he's now the owner. If he takes them on and improves them and has obviously he's very, very successful and sells quite a lot of products month to month from what I hear. If he can put his carrier blend on their scent profiles, then there's no reason why they won't be a hit. So I think it's a great move from him, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Tony, you've tried Arthur J. Hawke. Have you tried Odin's as well? Have you done both?
No, I've got some Odin's to try in the near future. But yeah, I've tried Arthur J. Hawke's, and I think as Andy was saying before, that the scents always come out quite well, but the rest of it's a bit average, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scents are good. They're good ideas. Like the bourbon biscuits, that kind of scent. If you're into that, it's not my bag. You know, they do come out well. They do smell good. Don't last particularly long, but you know, I think Odin's could maybe improve that. I mean, for me, I think as John was saying, it is eliminating a competition, and he's doubling what he can potentially get in. Then, isn't he? Really? So it's a wise move for him, but whether it'll pan out or not, I don't know. It just depends on what he does with it, really.
I mean, coming back, you mentioned to me, Doc, about the CPSR side of it. I mean, again, I've read it as though I think Odin's are going to put their own carrier oils on this and use the scents. They do seem the better product. Then it doesn't matter about the CPSRs because you're going to be starting them from scratch anyway. If you're going to change the place, you're going to have to reapply. So, yeah, I don't think that side of it matters either, really.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
I think a lot of it comes down to, it's all about your reach, and Odin's has huge reach, like a massive reach. Arthur J. Hawke didn't seem to be very interactive. The content wasn't great. There wasn't much going on with it, which is why their reach wasn't great. But when you can piggyback that onto something like Odin's Beard Co., and the fact that he's making everyone aware that he's bought it. So, and one of the reasons why Odin's Beard Care is so successful is their branding. It's like a collectible. It's like everything's a collectible. You want to get each one because each one's like a mythological, character, and it's just cool to have all of them. They look good together, and then suddenly, bang! All those loyal customers that he's got have got another 15, 16 products that they can go and buy and collect now. And I think it goes really well for his customer base. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally agree.
Is that their up-to-date Instagram profile? Was that how much following they had before they were took over?
No, they had a bit more
than that.
A lot more than that.
Yeah, it's just
It is.
I just thought I never really followed them or anything. I just thought I would check out their sort of what their socials are like there. And as Andy says, if they're piggybacking Odin's, then they're going to be on the winner because his reach is incredible. And from what I've heard in terms of how much product they're shifting or seem to be shifting on their socials, if Arthur J. Hawk can go on with that, it'll be a huge hit for him. Like, you know.
Yeah. Tony, you was so just jumping back onto, you were saying obviously with the bourbon biscuits and shit like that, and then before that you was moaning about lavender. Is there any scents you do actually fucking like?
Mercury Air. Fucking love it. I'll tell you what, my favourite scent at the moment is actually Aruba by Brennan Beard. Fucking awesome, man. Really, really good. Love it. But I like scents from all these guys here. I like scents from everywhere, man. I've actually bought a lot of US products recently. See what all the fuss is about. So there'll be some of that coming your way soon.
I just want to give a shout out, actually. So I had, as you know, Wee Smokey on Instagram is Guy, one of my ambassadors, and he came in for a hair and beard. He came in for a hair and beard trim the other day. And as soon as he stepped foot in the barbershop, I says, fucking hell, mate, what are you wearing? And it was Storsland by Face Fur. And it was incredible.
Oh, it's
it was incredible. Whatever Annette has done with that that scent profile, as soon as he stepped in the shop, I lifted my head and could smell shit away, and he was 12 feet away. It was incredible. So fucking hell. Unbelievable.
We've got to say hello to Redeem from Beard Lucian. What's up, fake Vikings? Here he is. I knew he'd turn up eventually, isn't it? And also in with us, which I didn't know actually. We've got the Bearded Elite in with us as well. So yeah, another two brands with us as well. Also remember, if you've got any questions, make sure you drop it in the comments. And then we will run from there. So yeah, I mean, scent-wise, so obviously jumping back onto Tony, so you're scent-wise. Are you more of a, what is it, like a deeper, pardon me, like the whiskey scents, that type of stuff? Is that what you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, I like whiskey, leathery kind of scents as well. Like my man here, he's fucking vintage leather is awesome. One of my favourite scents of all time. But do you know what? It's not always about that. It's about the blend of it together, what it does, how it smells in your beard as well, compared to what it actually smells like in the bottle. It can be completely different. It just depends. It's like, I suppose you say, do you like this beer over that beer? There's differences to it. So it all depends on how it's made. As to whether I like it or not, and it could be a different fragrance from everywhere. There could even be a lavender out there that I'll fucking enjoy at some point. Nah,
lavender and leather. There you go, mate. Lavender and leather.
Oh, fuck off, mate. If you can make that work, you're a fucking genius.
So we've got Redeem. He's thrown up the white flag. Comes in peace.
Where's my phone? Nice one, Brad.
So where are we? So we've got Scott has also turned around and said favourite scent profile. So Aaron has jumped in and he said Tynes Gold, which obviously is Jason. So Jason, what's the scent profile behind Tynes Gold? What's that?
So Tynes Gold it's a really smooth scent. So it's oud, sandalwood, and vanilla. It's really a warm scent. It's kind of good for all occasions, really. It's my go-to now. For you, I've always said from the start that I like the rum old fashioned, but yeah, I've got through so many pots of Tynes Gold already. Yeah, that's by far my favourite. It's a really nice scent, that one. I'm going to promote my own stuff, of course, but yeah, that's my favourite scent. That's nice and smooth, nice and warm. What's not to like?
John, name of yours. What's your favourite scent, your own or someone else's, entirely up to you. What's your favourite scent about at the moment?
I'll go for two. So I'll do my own and I'll do another shout out, which I always do. Obviously it's the OG, it's the wood chop one. It's my favourite and probably always will be. I don't think there's another scent that'll maybe top it that I could maybe make. In terms of another company, honestly, it's got to be Hinterlands. I just can't shout Josh's praise enough. He sent me Nordic Jewel, and obviously you've seen the horrendous review you done on it. But it's an absolutely incredible scent.
It's a great scent, Mike.
Isn't it, mate? It's special, like, and I can remember when I got it, opening the package and opening the bottle and getting that first smell, and I was like, "Fuck me, that is quality." So Nordic Jewel from Josh at Hinterlands, who again has been very, very quiet as well, which I would love to see more from. But if he's producing stuff like Nordic Jewel, and Tony, you actually reviewed, was it Nordic Mist?
Nordic Mist, yeah, Nordic Jewel, and there was another one I reviewed as well. They're all fucking great, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
he's got some really good scents there. He's been quiet lately. He's been going through a few bits and pieces, so he's off the boil at the minute, but he'll be back, I'm sure. He's got other businesses and that to do, but he's a good lad. I speak to him quite often. But yeah, he's got some banging sense, like, really.
Yeah. If I could do a top two outside of obviously your own products, I would go on these Black Oak and Josh's Nordic Jewel. Them two are smashing. They're totally different ends of the spectrum. These being the fragrance sort of cologne scents, and Josh's being the 100% natural essential oils. Both unbelievable in their own right. So if any of you guys in the comments are looking for a beard oil recommendation, check them out.
Yeah. Andy, go on, drop me one for you. What's your favourite scent, your own, someone else's?
I think someone else's. I've got so many. I like. Yeah, you just mentioned Stawson a minute ago. I love that. My face for it's the same. It's I can't tell the difference between that and Odin's honey tobacco and black pepper. For me, they smell the same. I like both of them. They're brilliant. Odin's honey tobacco and black pepper comes in a butter, which is great. I like that scent in the butter. Tart and tail, apple spice and all things nice. I like a nostalgic scent, and that just reminds me of Christmas when I was a kid. There's something about it. I love it. And then with my ones, Vanilla Killer. It's always got to be Vanilla Killer. It's my first one ever made. Yeah, for vanilla, oud, tobacco, leather. It's just a classic one to me, I think. Yeah, it's my favourite.
Nice. So just jumping back into Redeem. So he's just turned around and said, bit of background. Being a reviewer, I always do my background. Tony knows this as well. He loves a bit of background information. So Arthur J. Hawke was as big as Odin's, but just going unnoticed. Have over 5,000 followers on Insta. The one that John's just shown is his new profile. Money-wise, both very similar. So as we said, regards to sort of that takeover, if you are taking over someone who's around about the same sort of size of you, competitor-wise, it's a win-win, really, isn't it? I mean, even if, for example, they don't stay with Arthur J. Hawke, the likelihood is they're going to start trying some of Odin's stuff anyway. You've got that audience, haven't you? So it is. I didn't
know Arthur J. Hawke was that big. I remember them having 500,000 followers. I thought it was like a few thousand, and they didn't really do much. I didn't know that.
He had about 5K followers. I don't think he was quite on as much money as Odin's. Was product so. But he did all right, to be fair.
Actually, Darn showed me some of his his weekly and monthly sales units he was shifting, and if Arthur J. Hawke was shifting what Odin's was shifting, there's no way he'd be fucking selling it. Put it that way.
You know, but obviously, so Jason's just asked Redeem in the comments section, sort of obviously what his opinion on it is. And so Redeem's come back and said, I think it's a sensible step as he's doubled his emailing list. At a certain point, will be very beneficial for his growth. Personally, I think he needs to hire staff when he's in for a winner, because obviously, as we do know, Odin's has struggled with his dispatch regards to products.
But he was going through the fulfillment thing for a while, wasn't he? Which obviously you're going to have teething issues. Wasn't he putting all his stuff through a fulfillment centre for quite a while there?
Something,
sure.
Bits have gone on. And yeah, it is what it is. Also, with us, we do have Martin. Where's he gone back on? I can't even see where he is, but he's putting a comment. He was just turning around and saying about After J Hawk. So After J Hawk was all over Facebook as for absolutely ages. Then he just disappeared. That is completely true. So obviously Martin just jumped in with us. You wouldn't have known, but Martin, you are my shout out this week because I've got my glow in the dark patch, which is absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I'm also going to shout. I'll give another reason. I'm going to give a shout out for Martin because currently he's doing. Obviously the guys at the Bearded Rebellion, they are doing another charity coin. This one is for Rethink Mental Illness UK. So Martin designs these himself. So he's done two. One which was that one. John, you got one last year for that. And obviously the new one which has just come out is for Rethink UK. And Martin designs these. He designs the patches. He designs the coins. And you know he does a fucking fantastic job sort of selling them and getting them out and making sure that people can see them. So yes, Martin is my shout out. And if anyone is interested in the Rethink coin, so drop me a message, let me know, or drop Martin a message and let him know. They're just nice. As I said, money, 100% of the profits all go to Rethink UK on this one.
Brilliant, lads. Great work.
Yeah, as I said, you know what? Like I said, a lot of the beard brands,
Dan, will you send me one over?
100%, mate. We'll do. We'll sort it out. I'll drop you a message afterwards, and we'll sort it out. And give you another one to your growing collection.
Thanks, bro.
But yeah, it's a lot of the beard clubs. They do obviously quite a bit of charity stuff, and I know John, you jump in with a couple of them as well for your BV, didn't you? Was the one you was sponsoring a little while ago? Was it? Is it still on, or is it finished now?
I'm not sure. I haven't done much with the BV in quite a while, but I would always try and sort of fire a couple of quid towards any sort of charity event. You know, it's nice to give something towards a good cause. Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's always nice to sort of get involved, and obviously with the Beard On competition, once again, money, when you're entering the money, it goes back to charity. It's just nice to be able to give a little bit something back, isn't it, sometimes? And even if it is only a small amount, 10, 15, or even sort of entry fee into the competition, it's nice to be able to give something back and sort of progress from there. But if you do get, as I said, a nice little patch. I mean, I've got a couple of patches. John, I've got a patch from you, my big fat patch. Yeah. I managed to get a patch off a Cozy Beard as well. Jason, that's something for you to think into. If you ever think about doing a patch, I'm sure there's plenty of guys in here who'd love to do one. I've said to Andy as well, but he's not fucking listening. He doesn't do it. He doesn't want to do one.
Yeah, no, I've already looked at patches, but I think, as most of you know, I'm kind of knee deep into some clothing at the moment, and that's there's been nothing easy about that at all. But yeah, no, I am looking. Yeah, patches is something I'm looking at doing hopefully quite soon. In fairness, I think you all know there's not much I'm not looking into at the moment, but yeah, patches is definitely going to be coming from us, 100%.
John, how did the patches sell? Did they sell pretty well, or were they slow?
No, fuck. guys love patches, and especially with a lot of like the bearded clubs, like Villains and stuff like that. They all have like a cut, like yourselves, Dan, in the Rebellion, and all the guys love to get a patch sewed on just for like a bit of strength and show, you know, like. But it's the fuck. Trust me, I would say if you're going to do patches, do a pre-order first.
Yeah, make sure you've got the demand there. I mean, as Mine's just said, Andy, you could sort of quite easily just do the knuckle duster patch. It's simple.
That'd be quite cool.
It is. Yeah. It's simple. But
it looked cool. I think it looked cool on the back of one of those, you know,
Jamaican
those leather jackets. Jamaican flag, yeah. With a Z.
problem is with the big cuts at the with the leather jackets, the big ones at the back. A lot of the clubs, beard clubs, won't allow you to do it because it's very similar to a motorcycle club, to an MC with their top rocker and stuff like that. So a lot of them turn around and go, right, no big ones on the back. They may allow you to do a lot of small ones, but the big, and especially the top rocker as well, they'll just turn around and go. A lot of them turn around. It's too similar. And the last thing you want to do is wear your fucking patch jacket and a 1%er comes out of nowhere.
1%.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't get fascination patches, to be fair. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's just not me. But I get that people like them and it's a good product to do, but I don't get it. I mean, I was the same with when I've been in the metal my whole life. I go to metal festivals. A lot of my friends have the same thing, but it's have loads of metal bands all over their thing. Just something I've never been into. I don't get it.
I think like people kind of wear them as well to show what sort of maybe brands and causes they support, you know. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for them, they're cool. It's just something I don't. But one thing I'm going to do though, I've had loads of messages about it actually. Stickers. Everyone wants stickers. Everyone loves a sticker, don't they? Everyone loves a sticker. So I'm gonna do them. Nothing special, just just a freebie to throw into every order. It's a good idea. I mean, most people do them. I just never bother doing it, but yeah.
What do people do with their stickers? They have a little book for them or something, like, do you know what I mean? Like, big fat beard and you stick it into there like fucking panini or something. I don't get the stickers either. I don't get it. I think it's a great little thing to have, but for me, I'm like, no, what am I going to do with a sticker? Like, oh, fucking course he has. This guy's. Was that a fucking TBS one there?
Yeah, it's fucking on it.
You fucking traitor.
Nah, it's from when it's got all my stickers on it. I've got a couple. Yeah, so I've got my Beard Illusions, Cool Kid, Beard Manners. I have got the fucking TBS. They are there.
Yeah,
Rebellion, Grove Beard, Crimson Beard. I've got Hobo Head, Rune Silk, Biodins.
So you have a sticker book.
Yeah. Mine is perfectly sized to just cover up TBS. Why would you not do it?
No, actually, you know what? This is actually my. So when I've been trying to muck around with my oil mixtures, I might.
Oh, let us see.
Not, you know what? You
come on.
It's completely fine.
49%. 32.5%.
I was trying to figure out like my bits and pieces. You know, it's complicated.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I thought it was. Just put it that way. So I was literally sort of trying to go through my oil mixtures and shit like that. And I tell you,
Beard Illusion. Come on, put Radsing up there. It's engraved.
No, it's hard. And I'm telling you,
your TBS sticker's engraved, mate.
Scratch it off somehow. No. Do you know what? And this is sort of something. The reason why I don't take it off is because you know what? It's the beginning. It's where I began. It's where I started. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't. I did. That's where I started. And you know what? I'll take it on the chin. So yeah, I keep the sticker there. And you know what? Everything else just sort of just going to go around it.
Yeah, it still makes you look a twat though.
He's still thinking about these.
I wouldn't be fucking showing that to anyone, like, you know what I mean?
I've got a feeling there's going to be
you guys want to see my stickers? Want to see my sticker collection?
I've got a feeling there's going to be an Andy Memmy tomorrow with Doc and TBS.
The fuck is a Memmy?
Jason, how old are you?
Tony, I thought you were bad with your Nokia. I thought you were bad with your Nokia, Tony. Jesus.
Yeah. Hang on, it's you boys that do the Memmy Wars.
Oh, fucking
fucking hell, my ribs are already sore.
We've got with us as well. We do have with us. Where am I gone? Hold on. First time hanging out at the live stream, we have Callum Tweeton. Welcome to the Bearded podcast. Thank you for joining for the first time, and hopefully it won't be your last time either. And make sure, obviously, if you're not aware, John does have his discount code, which is live at the moment. John, what was it again? Was it X-Bearded?
X-Bearded, buy one, get one free.
There you go. So if you are looking at buying anything from John on the quick, X-Bearded, I guess you buy one, get one free on something. That is the perks of live, because the second we go off, John will be taking that off. Maybe. I don't know. It's not for me to say. So yeah, Redeem's just come back through and he's turned around and said, show us your TBS tattoo on your left bum cheek. It's not on my left bum cheek, it's on my left bollock, actually.
Only enough room to fit T on it.
Not seeing that, mate.
So Stuart's just come back through and he's turned around and said, where are we? Working at the printers, it costs him 4p for a sticker, and that's labels 2. Win-win. So what one of you guys are now going to start tapping up Stuart to try and get you cheaper labels?
I'm trying to figure out how much. I get stickers for the top of my balm tubs. I'm trying to remember how much I get them for now. Actually, like per sticker.
Because obviously, Andy, with you, the labels and shit like that doesn't really matter because it's come part.
Yeah, but apart from my balm tubs, I have them on top just to kind of show which scent it is.
Yeah.
But I can't remember how much I get them for though.
Not much.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. I've got loads of when I started figuring out which stickers I wanted and how I wanted them to look. I ordered loads of different ones, so I've actually got those I can just throw in actually with all the orders. Just thought of that actually. I've got shit done. Just got the logo and stuff, just the knuckle dusters.
Where are we going? So Stuart, I pay 700 and get 4,900. I've got no idea if that's a good price or not, but I'm presuming that is a fucking good price.
Sounds good.
Hopefully they're oil resistant for that, are they?
No idea. So, John, unfortunately, even though you do have a buy one, get one free,
Hey.
Caleb, Beard Man instead.
Good man, mate. Good man.
So, Caleb, let us know what you've ordered actually. What scent did you go for, and what did you get? Did you get the butter? Because I've got the butter, the balm, and
Sample set. There you go.
So there you go. It's got the sample set. So, Jason, what comes in the sample set?
Simple as it sounds, really. I've got 14 cents. I don't include the unscented in the sample set, but 14 cents of all the oils. A 5 ml oil. The equivalent, I think, now of pretty much 3 full bottles, 3 30 ml bottles. So not far off that anyway. But yeah, 14 cents of 14 oils.
Oh wow!
Good price as well.
That's fucking mad. 14 cents. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for 5 months old. It's
Fucking brilliant, mate. Fair play. That's class.
Jason, what's the price of that, mate?
I believe it's $32.99.
You robbing bastard.
How do you know? You don't do the sample set.
Hey, you can save 15% with TBB 15, like, if you want. No.
Tony's still taking kickbacks from TBS.
I've had a fair few from your code, actually, Tony, to be fair.
I don't think anyone even got paid for TBS, to be honest.
Yeah, quite a few, about 9, I think.
Where's my fucking money then?
That's what you're talking about.
You're nearly as bad as Andy, fucking hell.
Wi-Fi's can't help.
So we've got. This is an interesting one actually. So you've got Jason's Summer Days goes epic with John's Mercury Air. That's an interesting one. So Jason, what's your scent profile behind Summer Days?
Summer Days is it's lemon, not full lemon distilled. Lime distilled, lemongrass, honey, and pepper black.
John, yours is
lemongrass, black pepper, and frankincense.
So fundamentally, it's adding in frankincense into the mix as well, isn't it? That's the one between the two. Yeah, so you can see how that works well together. Actually, that's one
similar. It's quite similar.
Yeah.
No, it is, yeah.
So
I might purchase that tonight, John, and see what it's like.
Ordering some Summer Days.
There we go.
See if it's better than Mercury Air.
Using Tony's discount code as well.
Yeah, use your discount code, mate.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what, it's something which so obviously Redeem's been online, and recently he revamped and redone his carryalls. Totally honest, I can't remember off the top of my head. Redeem, you're gonna have to message me. What are the carryalls again? But I believe, if I remember right, he's added in carrot oil.
Carrot, yeah.
And I tell you what, it's a really good carrier blend. He's done a really, really nice job on the carrier blend. And it's interesting to see because he's also got CBD butter coming out soon, which I know, Andy, obviously you're pushing to get to do as well. But obviously with your delay on it, I think Redeems is probably going to come out first. So you can see how his goes.
Andy, if you want, Andy, if you want, I can connect you to a guy who can get you a CBD isolate.
Of course you can, John.
Cool. Sounds good.
Like, I mean, it's flipping, and like this stuff's insane. It comes in a solid form as well, so it's pure CBD. That's incredible. And this guy supplies a good lot of the UK with their CBD oil as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be great, mate. Yeah, I've been looking at a couple. It's not cheap. You want to get the good stuff. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
See the cheaper ones. You're going to get. They're just. It's basically just being able to write CBD on your product. That's all they're good. That's all they're good for. They're not going to do anything.
Be less than 1%.
Yeah, you have to get a really good one. And it's going to be an expensive product. It's not going to be cheap because it's going to cost so much. So, but yeah, it should be good though. I need to get back on it. I had some pretty cool blends coming up. I was using loads of different stuff you don't usually put in butters, but yeah, looking forward to doing that.
Are you going to make it green? Maybe you were saying about making it green.
Yeah, I'd like to. I was toying with that. And you'd think your beard would go green, but it doesn't. It just looks green in the tub. But yeah, I might do. It depends on how it looks, really.
That'd be class, mate. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Because I think, isn't it? I believe it's Chin Monster who have a dye in their oil or butter. One of the two. Is it Tony?
It's in the bar. Yeah, it's in the bar.
What colour is it?
It's the. Hold on.
Sugar Beard do it as well in their fluff.
Oh, Sugar Beard do.
Yeah, it's quite cool. It's like you get like two bacon. You put the ice and shit on a cake. So two of them, and you twirl it down into the tub, and it's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, because the fluff is just a wash, isn't it, or something like that? I think it's a body wash. I think. I remember when I first got it, I used it on my beard, because I was come from Sugar Beard. I was cool, it's to wash your beard. Turns out it's not. So I was using it in my beard for ages, but it's a body wash. That makes the beard a little bit dry, but oh well. Didn't fall out, so it's all good. Well, talking about body washes, not body washes, beard washes and shit like that. So I've actually got some One Society stuff, which I'm going to be dropping a review for. I'm going to be doing it on Tuesday. So it's the beard wash, and it's actually quite interesting because on the label, he says that you should use it daily, use it every day to sort of make a beard fluff and stuff like that, which isn't that sort of going against almost everything which we've been told. It's to sort of let the natural oils take over, let the natural oils come through, and then maybe wash it once a week, twice a week at the most, or something like that, depending if you've got a dirty job and you sort of need to. Realistically, I've always been told just use water, wash it out with water, and go from there. But yeah, this is completely different. So what's your opinion on beard washers? When should you be doing
I don't like using them. I use I only use shampoo like once a week. I don't like using it too much. It makes your hair feel dry. Like and once a week, if that. Even when I had longer hair, I was younger. I didn't used to use it that much. I'll use my cleanser a couple of times a week. It just kind of gets rid of all the day-to-day stuff, and then you keep all the natural oils in. Speaking of which, that's one thing I've actually got the CPSR all done. I'm going to bring out a I've got the tea tree cleanser. I'm going to do a peppermint one and a cucumber one.
Very good.
So hopefully bring them out soon. Heard it here first. I prefer them. I don't like a shampoo. Don't like a wash. One thing I had to do though, I got a bit of. I was just really dehydrated for a few weeks. A couple of months back, I caught the coof, so I was like eating shit, staying at home, wasn't getting any sunlight. I got a bit of bad beard druff, and nothing was getting. Head and shoulders, nothing was good. I had dandruff and beard druff. Head and shoulders, nothing was working. I went to the pharmacy and got this stuff. It's called. Oh shit! I forgot what it's called. Sun something. Amazing. Cleared it up. I used it twice, and that's it. Cleared it up. I think I've got a photo of it actually. So if anyone does suffer from beard druff and nothing's working for it, try a bit. I mean, aloe vera works. You just get some plain aloe vera, bang that in there, keep it in there. If that doesn't work, you can try this stuff, which I'll try and find.
I just use Johnson's & Johnson's baby shampoo. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Jason, what do you use, mate?
So I'm a bit with Andy on this. I don't like using wash and conditioner too much, if I'm honest. I mean, I would say I'm quite an active guy. I work out every day. I burn a huge amount of calories most days. And I will, at a max, wash and condition my beard twice a week. That's a max. I believe the products do the better job. And because I'm working on my own wash and stuff. I'm nowhere near it yet, guys. So don't get too excited. But at the moment, I use a bit of a mix. I use BigPhat sometimes. BigPhat's who I generally use for my wash, and I prefer soap personally. I kind of look at it as though I'm trying to get to the skin and cleanse the skin underneath the beard. And like you said, Docs, about warm water. I mean, I will use warm water every day. Every day I wake up, because I think most of you guys will vouch for this. When I wake up in the morning, it doesn't look like this at all. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. I've got quite a thick beard, and just putting product on it.
Fucking mess, mate.
Yeah, it won't sort it out. So I use warm water daily just to get my beard flat and clean, and that's it. And I believe in that. I think wash. I don't use it much at all. And at the moment, what I am using is BigPhat.
I think one of the things about using beard washes, and just like having a shower and cleaning your beard out in general, that people don't tend to do, that it's really important, is you've really got to dry your beard properly afterwards. See, if you ever get any sort of irritation, you ever get any beard druff, dander, that kind of stuff, it's 90% of the time it's because you're not drying your beard properly, and you've got that water sitting in there, dampness, and it's gonna ruin your skin underneath. But that's the stuff. It's called Selsun. Can't even bloody see it on there. Never mind. SELSUN. If anyone has bad beard druff and nothing's treating it, I had this a couple months back. Selsun, SELSUN. You get it from a pharmacy. Use it twice, and it was completely gone, like a miracle. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, for me, do you know what? I'm actually the opposite. So I'm not a lover of soap. I don't mind them, and some of them are all right. Some of them are better than others. But as a whole, I actually prefer the sort of shampoo and conditioner beard washes. So BigPhat, and Nestle's got a couple. So the One Society stuff, it's pretty good. I just prefer, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm used to, I don't know, washing and drying sort of your hair, obviously with shampoo and conditioner. I just feel with beard, I'm the same. I prefer that. And you know what? It was also Martin put me onto this. So it's Aussie hair shampoo, but using the dry, so it's for dry hair. So it's designed to put a lot of moisture back into your beard, basically, into your hair. So I use that for my beard, and I tell you what, it's really
good. Yeah, they've got a it's like a hair serum. It's like a you know those face fur products that come with a little squidgy top thing.
Yeah.
They've got something. It's a hair serum. It comes in a bigger bottle like that. That's really good for your beard as well. If you're getting like dry skin and stuff, really works.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump in back. So Stuart has jumped in. He said a couple new butters coming out for the Callum and Beard company shortly. Honey, tobacco, and truffle. Tonka bean, mandarin, and floral butter. Two very different. The honey, tobacco, and truffle, slightly similar to one of your scents, isn't it, Andy?
Tonka bean as well.
But mandarin and floral, that sounds an interesting one as well. I suppose there's only so far which you can go with scents anyway, isn't it? Before there's always going to be some type of even with sort of John and Jason, your two scents, your summer haze and your mercury air, that are both lemongrass, pepper, and your black pepper on it and stuff like that. So yeah, where are we as well? So Caleb's jumped in again. Yeah. He said, so shouldn't you have a slightly damp but not wet beard when applying beard oil, balm, or butter? So, Tony, you jump in for that one. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer it when I wash my beard. I've towel dried it a little bit. I like to put a bit of beard oil in before I dry it properly now. And that tips come from John himself, Mr. Big Fat there, who knows his shit about beards. So, and it works really well. I prefer that. It brings the scent out as well quite well when you've got it into a wet beard and then you're drying it with a hairdryer. I've given up on straighteners now. The one I got from an irreputable company is fucked up. It doesn't work properly. It's very, very dodgy like, so I wouldn't bother with that. Andy!
John, what about you? What's your... Because obviously being a barber, so come on, you should know. Dry beard, damp beard, what's going on? When should be applying it?
Obviously, if you guys aren't washing your beard every day, you're going to have the majority of the time you're going to be applying your beard oil to a damp beard, aren't you? But the best time for me is obviously after the shower. If you've washed your beard, even if you're not cleansing it, definitely damp it down with water. Water for me is you're sort of loosening the beard up, softening it, and it's becoming more fluid, if you will. Whereas suppose if you're applying oil or butter to a dry, wiry beard, it's a lot harder to spread it throughout. So definitely damp it down at the very least with water and apply your products, guys. Definitely. It'll also, if you're styling it, it'll also sit a lot better too, going from damp to style instead of bone dry to style. 100%.
You don't get as much spread on a bone dry beard. It just doesn't work well.
100%, yeah.
Well, we've got Scott who's jumped in and said hairdryer all the way.
Yeah, that's what I was. Well, when my beard was longer, I was using a hairdryer every time. I find when you use a hairdryer with it as well, you get a bit of shake from that. So if you get one of those twisty 360 combs, and just you get your hair, you get it all kind of like in place, and then I put my oil on afterwards. But at the moment, I'm just using. I haven't really been using much products because it's so short. Actually, because it's been short, I've been using a bit of Copenhagen because it's great for short beards. It's actually decent, you know. I didn't like it before when my beard was long. It didn't work. The balm's not for long beards at all. Doesn't work. But when it's this shorter, it's great. I actually like the smell of it as well.
Yeah. So jumping back across to Stuart, so I do apologise. I've got the scent wrong. The honey and tobacco is separate to the truffle and tonka bean.
It still sounds good, mate.
Fucking amateurs. That's what it is. You've got guys working with an amateur. It is what it is. So I tell you what. Actually, jumping back onto Andy, you were talking about the Copenhagen and their balm. Yeah. Not being very strong. So it's something which is really interesting. Actually, you've got your firm holds, your medium holds, right? When should you be using them what? Because obviously, Andy, your balms are medium to firm.
Strong, yeah.
I mean, they're pretty firm. John's is slightly stronger than yours. They're slightly firmer than yours. But at what sort of length are you looking at? You turn around and go, right, do you do it? Because a lot of people now, they're actually moving away from balms altogether.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that there's less demand for them, to be totally honest.
I love them. See, when my beard's longer, I really like them. When it's like this, I don't really need it. It kind of stays where it needs to stay, like this. But see, when my beard's longer, I like to have it, especially say like me and Tony, we've got like two-tone beards. You've got like your kind of like dark and light bits, and then I've got my two light bits here. If I don't use a balm to get it straight, it just kind of looks a mess. But if you've got a two-tone beard and use a balm, it looks fucking awesome, because it's like, it looks like it should look. It looks really cool. So I think it depends on your personal preference, really. I mean, I prefer using an oil and a balm rather than, like, say, a butter. I don't see why anyone would want to use an oil and a butter. I don't really see the point if you want to use both of them. I think if you're using a balm, I mean, if you're using a butter, it's going to get down to your skin anyway. I think for me, a butter is, instead of using both an oil and a balm.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use a butter and an oil together. You'd use an oil and a balm together, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think you get to a certain length before you use a balm, unless you're going to be, I don't know, going out somewhere windy and you want to use it. And then the strength down. It's not just down to how you want your beard to look; it's how your beard is. If your beard's really hard to manage, then you probably want quite a strong balm. But then, as I said, like the Copenhagen one, it's not even a balm. It's different. It's like it's something different. It kind of looks like, it looks a bit like, I haven't tried Callum's heavy butter, but it looks a bit like that. But I don't think it is. It's more like of a paste than anything. It doesn't soak in. It kind of sits on top. It's weird. It's a really weird thing.
That's very much like Joss grooming. That's another sort of, if I remember right off the top of my head, I think they're a European country, European company. And it's the same. Their product is not a beard balm; it's a beard tamer. And the product it's almost slightly jellified. Kind of you put it on, and it just seemed to sit on top. It don't get me wrong, everything tucked in nice, and it worked well for short beards. But sort of at the time, obviously before I had a trim, it wasn't giving any type of hold at all. But it was. I believe it may have been Scott Evans, but someone I see recently in Damo's beard group, but they were talking about triple dipping. Jason, do you remember what this was? Was it you? Who was it?
So yeah, I'm going to be honest with Scott. Scott started this. I didn't get it from Scott, but we started in the same week, I think. But he did start it. So I'll be honest. I don't totally agree on what Andy just said. For me personally, and this is just me personally, I'm not saying this is factual, but oil for me, I love the pipette purely because I get the pipette in the skin. I don't really want the oil in the beard. That's me. I use the pipette to get in the skin, fingertips, get it in there. That's what oil's for. It's thin so that it can get to your skin. Butter, for me, if I'm honest, is the overall best thing for that feeling of a healthy beard. It soaks in. A good butter should soak into the beard. Difference of oil, guys. If we all put oil on our beards now and done this for the next half hour, your hands are going to look shiny and greasy.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. Not a good butter. The butter will soak into the beard. It won't keep coming off on your hands for hours on end. But where I do agree with Andy as well is there's definitely a place for balm, because like for a beard as thick and as long as mine, butter's not going to hold it. Not my butter anyway. And I know some butters are stronger than others, but that's my honest opinion. Oil is for the skin. Butter is for the beard. Balm is for the hold.
And that, Jason, is why butter is used at night time quite predominantly, because then it goes nourishes it through the night, and then you use your oil during the day. So yeah, it's a good point. Good point.
And the triple dip thing. So I can't vouch for what Scott's version is, but for me, a daily routine is coming back to the damp beard. I always dampen my beard because it's literally everywhere. My wife and kids will know this. My beard is literally a mangled mess every single morning. It's not hanging like this. It's all up in my eyes and everything. So I'll literally just a bit of warm water, get my beard damp, get it straight so it's ready to work with. The first thing I then do is come into my office, because I do my beard in my office. I get the hairdryer, the vented brush, and I'll get my beard roughly where I want it to be before I apply the products. This is, again, me. I'm not saying to everyone this is what you've got to do. It's what I do. from there, so my beard was damp, it's now bone dry because I've had a dryer to it. That's when I'll add the oil, always with the pipet. I'll get the pipet right against the skin. I'll use my fingertips. I get in like this. I think people have seen my video. I might do a bit. I quickly rub it off my beard afterwards, but I don't want my beard full of oil because it just comes off on your t-shirts. You get that yellow stain on white t-shirts. So I get the beard oil into the skin. I then apply my butter because that's what, for me, makes my beard feel nice and soft and thick and healthy. And then I'll put a little bit of butter, a little bit of balm on it right at the end, just to coat it all in. I find with me personally, I do my school runs. I'll come back, I'll work, I do my workout. I do another school run, I work some more, and that keeps my beard good all day. I then come home, have my bath, have my shower, sort my beard out, and then my evening process is oil, butter, that's it. That's how I personally do it. But the triple dip is oil, butter, balm, holds it all in. Works well for me personally. Scott's on the chat; he can put his thought in as well. But yeah, no, it's a new thing, the triple dip. I'll be honest, I use it all the time now. It works really well for me.
I think it depends on your beard style as well, doesn't it? So I mean, for you it'll work well, but for someone else it might not work as well. I mean, like with Andy with his short beard there, that's not really going to make much difference for him. Yeah. It's probably better to have oil in there, to be honest, because it's closer to his skin. You know what I mean? Whereas when your beard starts coming away from that, a butter is really good because it nourishes down to the roots. So, I mean, it all depends on what you prefer as well. There's so many different things you can do and try with your beard. One size doesn't fit all. I think that's
definitely. I mean, butter's a reasonably new thing.
I love butters, man.
I love them, but we all got by without them for quite a long time. But no, you're right. It's people often ask me, I get quite a lot of messages saying, what's the difference between balm and butter? And, you know, butters, they're not really regimented. Look at my butters compared to John's, for example. Mm-hmm. They couldn't be more different. And, you know, so you've got people are now bringing in thicker butters that will apply that certain amount of hold. So, you know, I've not tried John's, but I've tried Callum's. And, yeah, for my beard, I don't think I've got to be honest, I maybe wouldn't need the balm with Callum's. It has got a certain amount of hold to it. But yeah. Again, it's a style thing. You're right. I don't think Andy, with the length he's got now, I don't think a butter would do a huge amount of good.
It's coming back though. Don't worry, coming back. I need it. I miss it. I do. It feels weird. I only did it because part of my training it was like getting physical and. You have to you're on your belly and like people like restraining you and stuff. And I had people standing on my beard, but I couldn't move, so I just trimmed it for a while, and I'm growing it back in now.
Yeah. Right, well, gentlemen, we are an hour and 42 minutes in, so we are obviously putting towards our end of time. It's been fantastic having you guys on. Obviously, once again, we've gone through everything. We've gone through introduced Jason into the X-Bearded podcast. John is our usual, he's always in here. Welcome Tony, and Tony obviously has got some exciting things to do. So make sure you keep an eye on everything which is going on. As I said, Jason's got loads of shit coming up. He's got some merchandise coming up. John's got some fantastic ideas with Sense and the Ugly Duckling, which hopefully will be coming through soon. Tony is alive and kicking despite his Instagram telling us he's actually dead. And coming back from the dead anyway, he's actually Andy because he's actually going to come back onto Instagram and show us how to fucking do it.
Yeah, guys, just keep your eyes peeled. I'm back in after next week. I'm going to kick it off with a few sexy giveaways and stuff like that. A bit of fun, a bit of banter. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. Once again, thank you everyone who's joined in with us today. Hope you've enjoyed it. We will catch you soon. And Andy, sign out for me, please.
Stay safe, stay bearded. Peace out.
See you guys.